नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम। औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। Inshallah, through this video, we will be learning the word-for-word English translation of verses 236 to 242. La means no. Junaha means blame or sin, based on the context. Junaha, blame. Alaykum, upon you. Alay, upon. Kum, you. In, if. Talaqtum means you divorce. From talaq, you divorce. Talaqtum, tum means you. An-nisa, the women. Ma usually means what? In this context, it means whom. Lam means not. Tamassuhunna means you have touched them. From the word masa. Masa means to touch. So lam tamassuhunna, you have not touched them. Or tafridu. Tafridu means you specified. Lahunna, for them. Faridatan, an obligation. Here the obligation is what? The meher. وَمَتِّعُهُنَّ, and مَتِّعُهُنَّ, make provision for them. It's from the word mata. So mata means provision. So مَتِّعُهُنَّ, and make provision for them. Ala, upon. Al-musi'i. Al-musi'i means the wealthy. Qadruhu, according to his means. Wa'ala, and upon. Al-muqtari. Al-muqtari means the poor. Qadruhu, according to his means. Mata'an, provision. Mata'an is provision. Bil ma'roof, in a fair manner. Haqqan, haqq here means a duty. Haqqan, a duty. Ala, upon. Al-muhsinin, the good doers. Muhsinin means the good doers. Let's revise this verse. La, no. Junaha, blame. Alaykum, upon you. In, if. Talaqtum, you divorce. An-nisa, the women. Ma, whom. Lam tamassuhunna, you have not touched them. Or tafridu lahunna, you specified. Lahunna, for them. Faridatan, an obligation. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying there is no blame on you if you divorce women whom you have not touched or even specified any meher for them. But Allah says وَمَتِّعُهُنَّ, and make provision for them. Even though you have not touched them or specified any kind of meher for them, but you are supposed to make provision for them. Ala, upon. Musi'i, musi'i means the wealthy. Qadaruhu, according to his means. Wa'ala, and upon. Al-muqtari, the poor. Qadaruhu, according to his means. Mata'an, a provision. Bil ma'roof, in a fair manner. So the provision which the person who is giving divorce to a woman whom he has not touched nor specified any kind of meher, he should give some provision for the women, and the wealthy according to his means and the poor according to his means, in a fair manner. And Allah says haqqan, a duty. Ala, upon. Al-muhsinin, the good doers. So it's a duty on those who are muhsinin, the good doers. Next verse. Wa in, and if. Talaqtumuhunna, you divorce them. Min qabla, before. An, that. Tamassuhunna, you have touched them. Waqad, while already, or and already. Faradtum, you have specified. Lahunna, for them. Faridatan, an obligation. That means meher. Fanisfu, then half. Ma, what? Faradtum, you have specified. Illa, except. An, that. Ya'funa, they forgo. The divorced women forgo. Or Yafua, Yafua means he forgoes. Alladhi, the one who, biyadihi, in his hands. Be in, yadi refers to hands, and he is his. Uqdatan nikah, the marriage knot. In whose hands is the marriage knot. Wa'an, and that. Tafu, tafu means you forgo. Aqrabu, nearer. Littaqwa, to the righteousness. Wala, and not. Tangsawu, tangsawu means forget. Al-Fadla, the graciousness. Al-Fadla, the graciousness. Bainakum, between you or among you. Inna Allaha, indeed Allah. Bima, of what. Ta'amaluna, you do. Basir, all seer. Let's revise. Wa in, and if. Tallaqtumuhunna, you divorce them. Min qabla, before. An, that. Tamassuhunna, you have touched them. Waqad, while already. Faradtum, you specified. Lahunna, for them. Faridatan, an obligation. Meher. Fanisfu, then give half. Ma, what. Faradtum, you have specified. The previous verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed us that if you divorce women and you have not specified any kind of meher. Now in this one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that if the men divorce women whom they have not touched, but they have already decided on a meher, then they are supposed to give half of what they have specified, illa, unless or except, an, that, yafuna, they forgo it. The woman forgo the meher. Aw, or yafua, forgoes, alladhi, the one who, biyadihi, in his hands, uqdatun nikah, is the marriage knot. So the women can forgo it, or even the person in whose hands the marriage knot is can also forgo it. Means when now we'll give the entire meher instead of giving half of it. Wa'an, and that. Tafu, you forgo. Aqrabu, nearer, from qareeb. Littaqwa, to the righteousness. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the men that if you forgo, that means you give up your right on the half of meher, it is nearer to righteousness. Wala, and do not, it's an order. Tangsawul fadla, tangsawu means forget. Al fadla, the graciousness. Bainakum, among you. So the man and the woman, here the divorce is being between the two men, and the man and the woman. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling them, do not, telling especially the man, not to forget the graciousness among you. And we all know what happens in cases of divorce. Inna Allaha, indeed Allah. Bima, of what. Ta'amaluna, you do. Basir, all seer. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees, is all seer of whatever you do. Next ayah. Hafizu, guard strictly. Allah, on as-salatil wusta. As-salah means the prayer. Was-salatil wusta, and the prayer, the middle. Waqumu, and stand up, from qiyam. Lillahi, for Allah. Qaniteen, devoutly obedient. Qaniteen means devoutly obedient. Hafizu, guard strictly. Allah, on as-salat, the prayers. Was-salatil wusta, and the prayer, the middle. The middle prayer here refers to the Asr prayers. That's what most of the Mufassirin say. Waqumu, and stand up. Lillahi, for Allah. Qaniteen, devoutly obedient. Fa'in, then if. Khiftum, you fear. Farijalan, then on foot. Aw, or rukbanan. Rukbanan means riding. Fa'idha, then when. Amintum, you are secure in aman. Fadhkurullah, then remember Allah. Kama, as. Allamakum, he has taught you. Ma lam, ma, what, lam, not, takunu, you were, takunu, you were, ta'lamun, knowing. فَإِن, and if, خِفْتُم, you fear, فَرِجَالًا, then pray on foot, or رُكْبَانًا, riding, فَإِذَا, then when, أَمِنْتُم, you are secure, فَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ, then remember Allah, كَمَا, as, allamakum, he has taught you, ma, what, lam takunu, you were not, ta'lamun, knowing. Walladina, and those who, yutawaffawna, from wafat, they die, minkum, among you, vayadaruna, and they leave behind, azwajan, spouses, wives, wasiyatan, wasiyatan means a will, li azwajihim, for their wives, mata'an, provision, ila, for, al-hawli, the year, ghayra, without, ikhraj, driving out. Fa'in, but if, kharajna, they leave, fala, then no, junaha, blame, alaykum, upon you, fi, in, ma, what, fa'alna, they do, fa'alna, they do, fi, concerning, anfusihinna, themselves, min ma'ruf, min, of ma'ruf, honorably, fair manner, wallahu, and Allah, Aziz, Almighty, Hakim, all wise. Walladina, and those who, yutawaffawna, they die, minkum, among you, vayadaruna, and leave behind, azwajan, spouses, wives, wasiyatan, should make a will, li azwajihim, for their wives, mata'an, provision, ila, for, al-hawli, the year, ghayra, without, ikhraj, driving them out. Fa'in, but if, kharajna, they leave, fala, then no, junaha, blame, alaykum, upon you, fi, in, ma, what, fa'alna, they do, fi, concerning, anfusihinna, themselves, min ma'ruf, honorably, Allahu, and Allah, Aziz, Almighty, Hakim, all wise. Wa, and lil mutallaqat. Lil mutallaqat means for the divorced women. Mata'un, provision, bil ma'ruf, in a fair manner. Haqqan, haqqan here means a duty, ala, upon, al-muttaqeen, the righteous. A short verse ordering the men that for the divorced women is a provision. Walil mutallaqat, and for the divorced women, mataun, is a provision. Bil ma'ruf, in a fair manner. Haqqan, it's a duty, ala, upon, al-muttaqeen, the righteous ones. Then Allah says in the next verse, kadhalika, thus, yubayyinullah, Allah makes clear, lakum, for you, ayatihi, his verses, la'allakum, so that you may, taqilun, use your aql, use your intellect. Let's revise, kadhalika, thus, yubayyinullah, Allah makes clear, lakum, for you, ayatihi, his verses, la'allakum, so that you may, taqilun, use your intellect. Let's revise the verses from 236 to 242. La, no, junaha, blame, alaykum, upon you, in, if, talaqtum, you divorce, an-nisa, the women, ma, lam, whom, ma means whom here, lam, not, tamassuhunna, you have touched them, or aw, or tafredu, you have specified, lahunna, for them, faridatan, an obligation, dower, meher. وَمَتِّعُوهُنَّ, and give provision to them, ala, upon, al-musiqi, the rich, qadaruhu, according to his means, wa-ala, and on, al-muqtiri, the poor, qadaruhu, according to his means. Matan, a provision, bil ma'roof, in a fair manner. Haqqan, a duty, ala, on, al muhsinin, the good doers. Wa in, and if, talaqtumuhunna, you divorce them, min qabl, before, an, that, tamassuhunna, you have touched them, waqad, while already, faradtum, you specified, lahunna, for them, faridatan, an obligation, fanisfu, then half, ma, what, faradtum, you specified, illa, except, an, that, ya'funa, they forgo, aw, or, ya'fuwa, he forgives, alladhi, the one who, biyadihi, in his hands, uqdatun nikah, the marriage knot. Wa'an, and that, ta'fuwa, you forgo, aqrabu, is nearer, littaqwa, to the righteousness. Wala, and not, tangsawu, forget, al-fadla, the graciousness, bainakum, among you, inna allaha, indeed Allah, bima, of what, ta'amaluna, you do, basir, all seer. Hafizu, guard, ala, upon, as-salat, the prayers, was-salat al-wusta, and the prayer, the middle, waqumu, and stand up, lillahi, for Allah, qaniteen, devoutly obedient. Fa'in, but if, khiftum, you fear, farijalan, then on foot, aw, or, rukbana, riding. Fa'idha, then when, amintum, you are secure, fadhkurullah, then remember Allah, kama, as, allamakum, he has taught you, ma, what, lam, not, takunu, you were, ta'alamun, knowing. Balladina, and those who, yutawaffawna, die, minkum, among you, vayadaruna, and leave behind, azwajan, spouses, wasiyatan, will, li azwajihim, for their wives, mata'an, provision, ila, for, al-hawli, without, ikhraj, driving them out. Fa'in, then if, kharajna, they leave, fala, then not, junaha, blame, alaykum, upon you, fi, in, ma, what, fa'alna, they do, fi, concerning, anfusihinna, themselves, min, of, ma'roof, honorably. Wallahu, and Allah, Aziz, Almighty, Hakim, All-Wise. Walil mutallaqati, and for the divorced women, mata'un, provision, bil ma'roof, in a fair manner, haqqan, duty, ala, on, al-muttaqeen, the righteous ones. Kadhalika, thus, yubayyinullahu, Allah makes clear, lakum, for you, ayatihi, his verses, la'allakum, so that you may, taqilun, use your intellect. Let's end with the dua. Rabbi zidni ilma. My Lord, increase me in knowledge. Ameen.